Some foods make you feel comfortable. Others wake up your senses. But chili peppers do something completely different. They create the strange experience of enjoying something your own body believes it should avoid. One bite can bring flavor, excitement, and warmth. Another can make your eyes water, your heart race, and your brain send out an emergency signal. And yet, millions of people around the world actively search for stronger and stronger versions. From the humble jalapeno found on tacos and burgers, to Pepper X, the hottest chili officially measured on Earth. This is the story of how one plant became one of humanity's favorite sources of controlled pain. Thousands of chili varieties exist around the world, but they all share one fascinating ingredient: capsaicin. This is the compound responsible for the burning sensation we associate with spicy food. But technically, chili peppers do not burn your mouth. Instead, capsaicin activates special pain receptors called TRPV1 receptors, the same receptors that normally respond to dangerous heat. Your nervous system reacts as if something hot is touching your body, even though the pepper itself is completely normal temperature. That explains why spicy food can make you sweat, make your nose run, and create a burning sensation without causing an actual heat burn. To compare the intensity of different peppers, scientists and food experts use the Scoville scale, which measures the amount of capsaicin present. A sweet bell pepper sits at 0. A jalapeno reaches a few thousand units. But by the end of this journey, we'll reach numbers so high that a normal chili pepper almost seems like a completely different food. And the journey starts with the pepper that introduced millions of people to spice. Every spicy journey has a beginning. For millions of people, that beginning is the jalapeno. Named after the Mexican city of Jalapa in Veracruz, this pepper became famous not because it was the hottest, but because it achieved something much more important: balance. With around 2,500 to 8,000 Scoville heat units, the jalapeno delivers noticeable heat while still allowing other flavors to shine. That's why it became one of the world's most popular peppers. It adds freshness to salsa, a sharp kick to nachos, a smoky contrast to grilled foods. And unlike many extreme peppers, it invites people in instead of pushing them away. But the jalapeno has another secret. It can completely transform depending on when it is harvested. Most jalapenos are picked while they are still green. If they stay on the plant longer, they slowly become red, developing a sweeter flavor. Then something even more interesting happens. Those ripe red jalapenos can be smoked and dried, creating one of Mexico's most famous ingredients: chipotle. Same pepper, different personality. The fresh jalapeno is bright and crisp. The chipotle is smoky, deep, and rich. It is proof that chili peppers are not just about heat. They are about flavor, tradition, and transformation. But compared to the peppers ahead, the jalapeno is only the first step. The serrano teaches one of the first lessons of chili peppers. Size means almost nothing. Although it looks similar to a jalapeno, the serrano can be several times hotter, reaching around 10,000 to 25,000 Scoville heat units. In Mexican cooking, serranos are loved because they bring heat without overpowering freshness. They are blended into salsa, added to sauces, and often eaten raw alongside traditional dishes. Then comes cayenne. Unlike the serrano, cayenne is famous mostly in dried form. Ground into a bright red powder, it became one of the world's most recognizable spices. It appears in hot sauces, spice blends, soups, marinades, and countless everyday recipes. At around 30,000 to 50,000 Scoville heat units, cayenne is significantly hotter than a jalapeno, but still practical enough for everyday cooking. It doesn't exist to destroy a dish. It exists to wake it up. But the next chili proves that some of the smallest peppers can create some of the biggest surprises. The bird's eye chili completely destroys the idea that bigger means hotter. This tiny pepper can reach around 50,000 to 100,000 Scoville heat units, making it many times hotter than the jalapeno. Across Southeast Asia, however, it is not considered a challenge pepper. It is simply part of everyday cooking. In Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, and Indonesia, these small peppers add brightness, aroma, and intensity to traditional dishes. They are crushed into sauces, mixed into curry pastes, added to soups and stir-fries. The goal is not just to create pain. The goal is balance. A little heat can make sweetness feel stronger. It can make acidity brighter. It can make simple ingredients feel more alive. But eventually the balance becomes harder to maintain, because the next pepper is where chili heat enters a completely different world. The habanero is the moment where many people realize chili peppers are no longer just spicy. They are powerful. With around 100,000 to 350,000 Scoville heat units, the habanero can be many times hotter than a jalapeno. But what makes it special is not only the heat, it is the flavor hiding underneath. Before the burn arrives, many habaneros offer surprising notes of tropical fruit, citrus, and sweetness. That is why they became essential in cuisines from the Caribbean and Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. Used correctly, a habanero does not simply make food hotter, it creates contrast. The heat cuts through rich meats, the fruitiness balances citrus and acidity. The pepper becomes part of the entire dish. Of course, respect is necessary. Capsaicin can remain on your hands and kitchen tools long after preparation, which is why many cooks use gloves when handling very hot peppers. The habanero was once considered the ultimate challenge, the point where serious heat began. But then came a pepper that changed everything. A pepper that crossed a number many people thought was impossible. 1 million Scoville heat units. In 2007, the impossible happened. The ghost pepper, also known as butjalokia, became the first chili officially recognized at roughly 1 million Scoville heat units. For years, chili lovers believed peppers had reached their natural limit. The ghost pepper proved otherwise. Native to northeast India, it had been cultivated there for generations before the rest of the world discovered just how extraordinary it was. But the ghost pepper isn't famous simply because it's hot. It's famous because of how the heat behaves. Many peppers strike immediately. The ghost pepper is patient. The first bite often feels surprisingly manageable. You notice an earthy flavor, maybe even a slight sweetness. Then, several seconds later, the heat begins to build. It spreads across your tongue, into your throat, across your entire mouth. And just when you think you've reached the peak, it keeps climbing. That delayed burn became the ghost pepper signature. Outside India, it became famous through spicy food challenges. Inside India, it continued doing what it had always done, adding tiny amounts of heat and depth to curries, chutneys, and pickles. It's a reminder that even one of the world's hottest peppers is still, first and foremost, an ingredient. For years, nobody believed another naturally bred chili could go much further. They were wrong. If the ghost pepper surprised the world, the Carolina Reaper completely rewrote the record books. Developed by American chili breeder Ed Curry, it became the world's hottest officially recognized pepper in 2013, averaging around 1.6 million Scoville heat units. But numbers tell only part of the story. Creating the Carolina Reaper took years of patience. Generation after generation, peppers were carefully crossbred, observed, and selected. Most never made the cut. Only a handful showed the combination of heat, stability, and flavor Curry was looking for. The result became instantly recognizable. Its deeply wrinkled skin, its curved stinger, its almost intimidating appearance. Ironically, beneath all that heat hides an unexpectedly fruity flavor. Many experienced growers describe subtle notes of cherry, cinnamon, or tropical fruit before the capsaicin completely takes over. Like every great chili, the Reaper isn't only about intensity, it's also about complexity. Because it's so concentrated, cooks use only tiny amounts. A single pepper can season an entire batch of hot sauce or a large family meal. For almost 10 years, the Carolina Reaper stood alone at the top, until its own creator decided to try again. For nearly a decade, the Carolina Reaper seemed unbeatable. Then came Pepper X, officially recognized in 2023 with an average heat of 2.69 million Scoville heat units. It became the hottest chili ever measured. But Pepper X represents something bigger than another world record. It represents decades of curiosity, years of selective breeding, thousands of individual plants, and one simple question: how much capsaicin can a pepper naturally produce? Despite its fearsome reputation, Pepper X wasn't created simply for internet challenges. Like many elite chili varieties, flavor remained part of the goal. People who have tasted extremely small amounts often describe earthy, floral flavors before the overwhelming heat arrives. Of course, that moment doesn't last very long. At this level, even tiny amounts are enough to flavor large batches of hot sauce. Anything more would overpower almost every recipe. Pepper X may hold today's record, but history has shown us something fascinating. Every generation believes it has reached the limit. Eventually, someone plants another seed. The strangest part of this story isn't how hot these peppers became. It's why we kept growing them in the first place. Capsaicin likely evolved to discourage many mammals from eating peppers, while birds, largely unaffected by the compound, could still spread the seeds across the landscape. Humans ignored that warning completely. Instead of avoiding chili peppers, we cultivated them. We carried them around the world during the Columbian Exchange. We built recipes around them. Eventually, entire cuisines became difficult to imagine without them. Science offers one explanation. When capsaicin activates pain receptors, your body responds by releasing chemicals such as endorphins and dopamine, which are associated with pain relief and reward. Over time, many people also build a greater tolerance to spicy foods. But biology isn't the whole story. Food is memory, it's culture, it's family. A jalapeño might remind someone of their favorite taco stand. A bird's eye chili might taste like childhood. A habanero might complete the perfect homemade salsa. And Pepper X, it reminds us that human curiosity never really stops. From the first wild peppers growing in the Americas to the hottest chili ever officially recorded. This isn't just the story of spice. It's the story of people constantly exploring the limits of flavor. Because in the end, the best chili isn't always the hottest one. It's the one that keeps you coming back for another bite.